This is Max and Mia Podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Max and Mia Podcast.
Hi there, I'm Mia and this is Max. We're so excited to have you with us today for another amazing episode.
That's right. And today we're talking about something super important. Visiting the doctor in English. Whether you're traveling, living abroad, or just want to be prepared, this episode is perfect for you.
We know that going to the doctor can be stressful, especially when you need to explain your symptoms in English.
In today's episode, we'll cover essential vocabulary, common phrases you'll hear at the doctor's office, and some typical grammar mistakes to avoid. Plus, we'll share some real-life examples that will boost your confidence.
Before we jump in, remember to check the description below. You'll find a free PDF with the full transcript of today's episode.
And if you find this episode helpful, please give us a thumbs up and let us know in the comments. We love hearing from our listeners. Tell us about your experiences visiting doctors or any questions you have.
Your support means the world to us and helps other English learners find our content too.
All right, are you ready to become more confident when talking to healthcare professionals? Let's dive in.
So Max, let's start with the basics. What are some key words our listeners absolutely need to know when visiting a doctor?
Great question, Mia. First, let's talk about symptoms. Instead of just saying, I feel bad, you can be more specific. For example, I have a headache, I feel dizzy, or I have a sore throat.
Exactly. And here's a common mistake we hear all the time. People say, I have pain in my stomach, instead of, I have a stomach ache or my stomach hurts. Both are correct, but native speakers usually prefer the shorter versions.
That's a perfect example. Another mistake is with the verb hurt. Remember, we say, my back hurts or my head hurts, not my back is hurting me. That sounds unnatural.
Let's talk about describing how long you've been sick. This is where grammar gets tricky. You should say, I've been feeling sick for 3 days, or I've had this cough since Monday.
Right. Don't say, I am sick for 3 days. That's a big no-no. Use the present perfect, have been or have had.
Now, what about when the doctor asks you questions? They might say, what brings you in today? Or, what seems to be the problem? Don't panic if you don't understand right away. These just mean, why are you here? Or, what's wrong?
And here's another grammar tip. When describing pain intensity, we use very, really, or extremely. For example, I have a really bad headache, or the pain is very sharp. Don't say I have a much bad headache.
Oh, that's important. Also, when talking about frequency, use phrases like sometimes, often, rarely, or all the time. For instance, I sometimes feel dizzy, or my knee hurts all the time.
Let's not forget about allergies. Say I'm allergic to penicillin, not I have allergy to penicillin. And if you're not sure about something, it's okay to say I'm not sure or I don't know.
Now that we've covered the basics, let's listen to a typical conversation between a patient and a doctor. Pay attention to the phrases and structures they use. We'll analyze everything afterwards.
Good morning. Please have a seat. I'm Dr. Dalton. What brings you in today?
Good morning, doctor. Well, I've been feeling really unwell for about a week now. I have this terrible headache that just won't go away, and I've been running a fever on and off.
I see. Can you tell me more about the headache? Where exactly does it hurt, and what kind of pain is it?
It's mostly on the right side of my head, like a sharp, throbbing pain. It gets worse when I move around or when there's bright light. I've tried taking some over-the-counter painkillers, but they don't seem to help much.
That sounds uncomfortable. And you mentioned a fever. Have you been able to check your temperature?
Yes, it's been around 101 degrees Fahrenheit. Sometimes it goes down to normal, but then it comes back up again, especially in the evenings. I've also been feeling really tired and weak.
Have you experienced any other symptoms? Nausea, vomiting, neck stiffness?
Actually, yes. I threw up twice yesterday morning, and my neck feels quite stiff. It's hard to turn my head to the left. Oh, and I've lost my appetite completely. I can barely eat anything.
I understand. These symptoms are concerning. Let me ask you about your medical history. Are you currently taking any medications?
I take vitamins daily, and I'm on birth control pills. That's about it. I don't have any serious medical conditions that I know of.
Any allergies to medications?
I'm allergic to sulfa drugs. They give me a rash. My mom told me about that when I was younger.
Good to know. Have you traveled anywhere recently or been around anyone who's been sick?
Well, my roommate had the flu about 2 weeks ago, but she got better. I haven't traveled anywhere, though I did go to a crowded concert last weekend.
All right. Based on what you're telling me, I'd like to run some tests. Your symptoms could indicate several things, but I want to rule out anything serious. How long has the neck stiffness been bothering you?
The stiffness started about 3 days ago, maybe 4. At first, I thought I had slept wrong, but it's gotten progressively worse.
I'm going to examine you now, and then we'll need to do some blood work and possibly a CT scan. The combination of headache, fever, neck stiffness, and nausea needs to be investigated thoroughly.
Is it something serious? I'm getting worried because I've never felt this sick before.
Try not to panic. It could be several things, maybe just a severe viral infection, but we need to be thorough. The important thing is that you came in when you did. Early treatment always leads to better outcomes.
How long will the test results take?
The blood work should be ready within an hour, and the CT scan results usually come back within 2 to 3 hours. In the meantime, I'm going to give you something stronger for the pain and fever.
Thank you, doctor. Should I be doing anything specific while I wait?
Rest is crucial. Drink plenty of fluids, water, clear broths, or electrolyte drinks. Avoid bright lights, since they seem to make your headache worse. If your symptoms get significantly worse while you're waiting, don't hesitate to let the nurses know immediately.
I appreciate your help. One more question. Should I be worried about spreading this to others?
That's a very responsible question. Until we know exactly what we're dealing with, it's best to limit contact with others, especially elderly people or those with weak immune systems. We'll have more specific guidance once we get your test results.
Understood. Thank you so much for taking the time to explain everything clearly.
Of course, that's what I'm here for. The nurse will be in shortly to take you for the blood work. Try to stay calm. We're going to take good care of you.
Wow, that conversation was packed with learning opportunities. Max, what struck you first about how the patient communicated?
What I found fascinating is how the patient used progressive tenses to show ongoing problems. Notice they said, "I've been feeling really unwell," and "I've been running a fever." This present perfect continuous shows the problem started in the past and continues now, much more precise than just saying, "I feel sick."
Exactly. And did you catch how they described the pain? They didn't just say, "My head hurts." They said sharp, throbbing pain and specified the location on the right side. This shows advanced descriptive skills that really help doctors understand the problem.
Here's something subtle that many learners miss. The patient used hedging language brilliantly. They said about a week, around 101 degrees, and maybe 4 days. Native speakers use these approximations naturally, but learners often try to be too precise with numbers they're not sure about.
That's such a good point. And speaking of natural language, notice how the patient connected their symptoms logically? They said, "It gets worse when I move around or when there's bright light." That when structure is crucial for explaining triggers and patterns.
The doctor's language was equally interesting. Did you notice how they used professional but reassuring phrases? "These symptoms are concerning" acknowledges the seriousness without causing panic. Compare that to saying, "This looks bad." Completely different emotional impact.
And look at this brilliant move by the patient. When asked about allergies, they added context. "My mom told me about that when I was younger." This shows they're not 100% certain, which is honest and helpful information for the doctor.
Here's something advanced learners should notice. The patient used reported speech naturally. "My roommate had the flu," instead of "My roommate said she had the flu." In medical contexts, you're reporting facts, not necessarily what someone told you.
The conditional language was spot on, too. The doctor said, "Your symptoms could indicate several things, not your symptoms will or your symptoms are." This shows uncertainty appropriately, which is crucial in medical communication.
What about the patient's question-asking strategy? They didn't just ask, "What's wrong with me?" Instead, they asked, "Is it something serious?" And "How long will the test results take?" These are more specific and show they're engaged in their care.
I love how the patient ended with that responsible question about spreading illness to others. The phrase, "Should I be worried about?" is much more natural than, "Do I need to worry about?" It's these small differences that make English sound native-like.
One grammar point that's often overlooked. The doctor used the passive voice effectively. "The blood work should be ready," and "Test results usually come back." In medical settings, passive voice is common because it focuses on the process, not who's doing it.
And here's a cultural insight. Notice how both speakers used polite interruptions and transitions? The patient said, "Actually, yes," and, "Well, my roommate." These discourse markers make conversations flow smoothly and show you're a thoughtful communicator.
The emotional management in this conversation was masterful. When the patient expressed worry, the doctor didn't dismiss it but acknowledged it. "Try not to panic," followed by explanation. That's the kind of empathetic communication that builds trust.
All right, everyone. Now it's time to test what you've learned. We're going to give you some practice questions. Feel free to pause the video after each question to think about your answer, or just answer in your head if you prefer.
These questions will help you practice the key phrases and grammar structures we just discussed. Ready? Let's start.
Question number 1. How would you tell a doctor that you've had a stomachache for 3 days? Remember, think about the correct tense to use.
The answer is, "I've had a stomachache for 3 days." Or, "I've been having stomach pain for 3 days." Remember, we use present perfect here because it started in the past and continues now. Don't say, "I have a stomachache for 3 days." That's incorrect.
Great. Question 2. You want to describe a headache that comes and goes. What's a natural way to express this? You could say, "I have a headache on and off," or "My headache comes and goes," or even, "I sometimes get headaches." The key phrase on and off is very natural for describing intermittent symptoms.
Question 3. The doctor asks, "What brings you in today?" This is a common question, but what does it actually mean, and how should you respond? This question simply means, "Why are you here?" or "What's the problem?" You can respond with, "I've been feeling sick," or "I have a pain in my back," or "I'm here for a checkup." Keep it simple and direct.
Here's question 4. You need to tell the doctor about your allergies. What's the correct way to say you're allergic to something? The correct structure is, I'm allergic to, for example, I'm allergic to nuts, or I'm allergic to penicillin. Don't say I have allergy to nuts. That sounds unnatural.
Question 5. You want to ask the doctor how serious your condition is. What's a polite and natural way to ask this? Good options include, "Is it something serious?" or "Should I be worried?" or "How serious is this?" These are all natural ways to express concern without sounding overly dramatic.
Final question. You need to describe pain that gets worse when you do certain activities. How would you structure this sentence? You can say, it gets worse when I walk, or the pain increases when I bend over, or it hurts more when I cough. The structure is usually, it gets worse, better when, or it hurts more, less when.
Excellent work, everyone. These patterns and phrases will make your doctor visits so much smoother and more effective.
And that's a wrap for today's episode. We hope you feel much more confident about visiting the doctor in English now.
Remember, the key is practice. Try using these phrases at home. Maybe practice the conversation with a friend, or even talk to yourself in the mirror. It really helps.
Don't forget to download that free PDF from the description below. It has everything we covered today, plus some bonus exercises you can do at home.
And here's a pro tip. Next time you watch a medical drama or show in English, pay attention to how characters describe their symptoms. It's great extra practice.
We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us. Have you ever had to visit a doctor while traveling or living abroad? How did it go? Your experiences might help other listeners.
Or maybe you have questions about other medical situations, like going to the pharmacy, calling an ambulance, or talking to a dentist. Let us know what topics you'd like us to cover next.
If this episode helped you, please hit that like button and share it with anyone who might need it. Your support helps us reach more English learners around the world.
And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss our new episodes. We release fresh content every week to help you on your English learning journey.
Before we go, here's your homework for this week. Find one medical term you didn't know before today and use it in a sentence. Practice makes perfect.
Take care of yourselves, keep practicing, and remember, every conversation is a chance to improve your English.
Until next time, this has been Max and Mia. Keep speaking with confidence.
See you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye.